In progress.
To the June 17th Federal City Council meeting. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, well, good evening, everybody. Great to see everybody here. It's fun to see a packed room. Okay, so actually, Council President, do you have a motion with regard to one of the items?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move to amend the agenda to remove item 11C, Council Bill 915 ordinance regarding year-round parking limits.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion, a second. Just for everyone's clarification, is this going back to committee or going?
Councilmember Dovey is going to explain.
Yeah, if I may, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to have this come back to the Land Use Committee so we can discuss it. We had it at our committee, and there was two of us at there to discuss it, Mr. Tront and I think it needs a little bit more review before we pass it in ordinance.
Okay.
Do we
Thank you.
need to vote on that, Ryan, or just?
We do. It's on the agenda. All right, there's been a motion and a second, and a brief explanation by the mover. Is there any discussion, any other discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, matter passes unanimously. All right. Now, there is a suggestion. We've got two items on 6B and 6C, the Municipal Court Student Art Contest, and 6C, the Youth Commission Reports Accomplishment. Both would be after public comment and after quite a number of, is there council consensus to move these items up to where we could take care of them under ceremonies of recognition first thing?
Okay.
Any objection? Okay. All right. Hearing no objection, let's do that, which puts us, actually, the very next item is 3A. 3A will now be the Municipal Court Student Art Contest winners, Arts Commission and judges. We'll have our very own Judge Dave Larson. Your Honor?
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, council members. This is now the 16th year of the art contest. It'll be my final year. I was telling somebody earlier, I'll be retired as of 11:59 p.m. on December 31st. That's the end of my term. But it's been quite a privilege. And the Arts Commission over the years has really done all the work. And the Judge Bales isn't able to make it tonight, so he gives his regards. But the judges just need to show up and recognize the students. So the Arts Commission deserves all the credit for all the hard work in judging the candidates and everything else. And this year, like in another year we had, I believe all the two recipients that are here tonight are first-generation Americans. And the theme is, what does liberty mean to me? And so it's a special honor to give those awards tonight. And we're going to have the Arts Commission members hand the award to the folks when they come up. And first person is going to be Miriam Karpinska, and third grade at Lake Grove. Miriam, come on up. And then after you get your award, go stand right in front of the council there. So shake my hand. Thank you, Miriam. And your parents can go with, you can go with too. And the thing we have in common is one of her family members they're from Odessa, and that's where my grandma was born, Odessa in the Ukraine. So, which
The second member.
okay, Maya. Next one is Maya Gurgis. Maya, come on up, and your family can come with you. And she is from Pacific Christian Academy, and it's The Life of Liberty is the title. And by the way, Miriam's title was Who Makes Us Strong? Congratulations. Okay. And tonight, the third recipient, Saya Nagra, are you here, Saya? It looks like she wasn't able to make it, but again, very proud. This is my last year I'll be doing this, and so it's very special to me to have these folks here, and it's been an honor to be involved with this since 2009. So with that, my understanding council wants a picture in front of the podium, in front of the dais.
Let's do that.
Okay, and our Arts Commission members come too.
It hasn't happened unless we get a big picture of it.
There you
Come
go.
on over, you guys. Hi, congratulations. Good to see you. Congratulations. Okay, you get everybody this way.
Yeah, have them hold the artwork.
Let's go. Hi.
So just be a moment, they're getting the artwork. And want to have our arts commissioners raise their hand and. That's it, swear in. So you want them to hold that too?
Ben, how we doing on the picture? Do we need to scoot over it a little bit?
Balance out.
Yeah, I guess why don't you all go ahead. I'm pretty wide, so.
Okay. Karen. Yeah, there we
I
go.
need my stool in because
All right.
she's
What's
too
up,
tall.
Karen? Let me get it.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Wait, we're still working.
Hold on. All right.
She's still too tall.
Yay, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. Congratulations.
Let us see the artwork.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Oh, so pretty.
Beautiful, good job,
Oh, wow.
good job.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, wonderful.
All right.
Good job.
Good job, you guys. Yeah. Oh, very good.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you guys.
Good job. Excellent work.
Okay, and now we're on to the, and thank you for council for facilitating this. Now we're on to the Youth Commission report accomplishments. Jake Payat, Recreation Coordinator, and Isada Bengora, Youth Commissioner.
Good evening, Mayor, Council President, and Council members. My name is Isida Bengora, and I'm here on behalf of the Federal Youth Commission. I've served on this commission for the last 3 years and served as Vice President or Chair on the 2024-2025 school year. I'm here to share some highlights on the past year as we head into summer break and welcome our new group of commissioners. Our goal in this commission is to bring community awareness and spark conversations on matters that affect the youth of our city. Balancing school with the goals of the commission can definitely be challenging at times, but there are 2 events from this year that stand out and show the positive impact the Youth Commission can have. For the first time, the Youth Commission hosted a car wash fundraiser at the community center. Proceeds from this event went directly to the First Step Scholarship. This scholarship was created by the commission in 2018 to help pay for youth who are unable to afford participating in recreational activities within the city. The event ran from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and we had a line of cars the entire 4 hours. The car wash was extremely successful as we raised $596. We would like to thank Public Works for supplying us with their car wash kits and drain cover. And thank you, Mayor Farrell, for attending the car wash and even rolling up your sleeves to help with a car or two. To end the school year, we hosted our 2nd annual Lantern event for graduating seniors. This is a free event that all seniors from Federal Way schools are invited to attend at Steel Lake. We had yard games, music, memory boards to write their favorite memories from high school, and of course, the releasing of the lanterns onto the lake. We estimate we had over 70 seniors attend the event that was held on June 6th. We'd like to thank the Steel Lake Management District for allowing us to host the event at this location. I want to extend a warm welcome to the incoming commissioners, Claire, Una, and Karis. Good luck to the Commissioner Ian Lee, as he is the only returning member from this school year. Leadership to me has always been about the pursuit of empowerment in young people, and the following commissioners have shown a passion and dedication to doing just that. This is my special thank you to all commissioners who have served on the past year, who helped make these and many other events possible. Commissioners Sienna Mayo, Satinder Singh, and Mayor Bumbuga, you have all inspired me to do better. Thank you and congratulations to all your graduations and the years of service to the commission and representing Federal Way in a positive light. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak with you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Council, do you have any questions? Oh, Councilmember McDaniel.
Yeah, what is your next step then?
Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, what is your next step then? If this is, you're now done, right? You've
Yeah.
graduated, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Highline College and play volleyball there as well. And I hope the hopes of transferring to a 4-year, those 2 years.
Well, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you.
All right. Oh. We do have, we do have one more comment. Councilmember Assefa Dawson?
He also has a comment, but, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for your service. From the day you started to this, to now, I mean, your leadership skills and your confidence, that's the word I was saying, has been evident, and I know you're going to do great things and move on to great, leadership. And so I just wanted to say congratulations, and I look forward to where you're going to land in the future. And so just wanted to say thank you and appreciated your work.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Dovey?
Yeah, just a quick question. On your car wash, how many students were you able to help with scholarships?
We haven't had we haven't distributed the funds yet. We mainly are focusing on collecting and garnering funds for our scholarship because that's been our main priority. And so pushing out and advertising the scholarship, the first step was to garner those funds. So we're looking for the next year to start, delivering those funds and having youth use those scholarships for recreation and all that.
Good. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you. And good luck. And thank you, Arts Commission. We see you, Chair Brigado. Thank you for your work and all of the commissioners. Okay. All right, now we have the Police Department promotions and appointments. Chief Wong.
All right, good evening, Mayor Farrell, Council President Kochmar, members of the council. This evening, we're proud to publicly recognize and celebrate the well-deserved promotion of 4 outstanding individuals within the Federal Way Police Department. It is both an honor and a privilege to promote these exceptional members of our team, each of whom have demonstrated unwavering dedication, professionalism, and commitment to our community over many years. A key factor to the police department's continued success is our ability to identify and promote individuals who possess strong leadership skills and capabilities, but also exemplify our agency's core values. These 4 individuals have consistently led by example, earned the respect of their peers, and proven themselves ready for the next level of responsibility. Their promotions are a testament to their hard work, integrity, and steadfast commitment to public service. We congratulate each of them and look forward to their continued positive impact in their new roles. After introducing each of the individuals, Mayor Farrell will administer the oath of office. First, we have Lieutenant Jed Tan. He's being promoted to the rank of Commander. Jed began his career with the Federal Way Police Department in February of 2009 and has served with distinction for over 16 years. For the past 3 years, he's held the rank of Patrol Lieutenant and served as a Field Training Officer Program Supervisor, helping shape the department's future leaders. Throughout his tenure, Jed has served on every patrol ship and held an impressive array of collateral assignments, including work in total station crime mapping, the Advanced Collision Investigation Team, and as a firearm instructor, Field Training Officer, and team leader for Valley SWAT. Jed's academic achievements are equally noteworthy. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, 2006, and earned a Master in Business Administration from the University of Washington in 2017, an accomplishment that underscores his commitment to growth and leadership both in and out of uniform. In 2018, Jed was promoted to corporal and served as an assistant team leader for Valley SWAT. In these roles, he acted as a supervisor numerous times and led complex SWAT operations, including warrant services and in-progress call-outs, often commanding up to 30 officers and supporting units. Beyond his tactical and operational excellence, Jed has distinguished himself through meaningful community engagement. He regularly seeks ways to connect with and serve the public through active shooter trainings for his local churches, supports for refugee families, or outreach at drug inpatient medical service centers. He also volunteers in his children's ministry at his church and is a baseball coach for his son's team. We're proud to recognize Jed's outstanding service, leadership, and dedication as he takes on his new role. Congratulations, Jed. Step back forward, you're not quite done yet. Okay, so we're now going to have, pinning on his badge this evening will be his wife, Carol, and children are certainly welcome to come up as well. Congratulations, Carol. Jed has quite the fan base here. We got South King Fire Rescue firefighters here tonight to support him. Okay. Next, we have Corporal Hillary Mariani is being promoted to the position of lieutenant. Hillary has been a dedicated police officer for the past 6 years, beginning her career with the Federal Way Police Department in 2017. Throughout most of her tenure, she's been assigned to swing shift, where she has demonstrated professionalism and resilience in managing high call volumes and in-progress incidents. Hillary serves as a field training officer and played a vital role in mentoring and training new officers fresh out of the police academy. Her commitment to the development of others reflect her leadership and dedication to the agency. Hillary is known for being hardworking, detail-oriented, an excellent communicator. She's well-liked and highly respected by her peers. In addition to her patrol duties, she's taken on a leadership role as a defensive tactics instructor, taser instructor, and peer support officer, where she has also shown both strength and compassion, reflecting her character and deep sense of service to others. We're proud to recognize Hillary's achievements and welcome her to her new role. Congratulations, Lieutenant. We will have her son, Rowan, and Colt will have the honor of pinning on her badge this evening. Next, we have Officer Charlie Hinkle is being promoted to the position of lieutenant. Charlie has been a dedicated police officer for 11 years, beginning his law enforcement career with the Federal Way Police Department in 2013. Charlie has served as a corporal, frequently stepping into a role as a patrol supervisor, managing critical incidents and mentoring newer officers. In 2003, Charlie also served as an acting lieutenant on swing shift for 6 months, further demonstrating his leadership capabilities. Charlie has been a valued member of the Valley SWAT team for the past 8 years, currently serving as an assistant team leader. He has participated in hundreds of tactical operations and has successfully planned, coordinated, and led several complex missions. For the past year, his primary assignment has been serving as a training coordinator for the Valley SWAT, where he's played a key role in developing and refining tactical readiness for the team. In addition to his tactical leadership accomplishments, Charlie holds a Bachelor of Social Work from the University of Portland and is fluent in Spanish, bringing empathy and communication skills to his work in the community. Beyond his operational leadership accomplishments, Charlie is a peer support officer, offering his fellow officers with emotional, mental health support. In 2021, Charlie received a Medal of Honor from the Washington State Governor Jay Inslee for his heroic actions that saved multiple lives. This recognition medal are given to an officer distinguished by exceptionally meritorious conduct in a life-threatening situation. It is one of the highest honors in the state, and only few law enforcement officers in Washington will ever receive such an award. We're proud of Charlie's achievements and welcome him to the new role as a lieutenant. Congratulations, Charlie. Pinning on his badge this evening will be his wife, Sarah. Okay, I guess his children aren't coming up. Maybe they are. This is your chance. Okay, next we have Officer Joseph Rodriguez is being appointed to the rank of corporal. Joseph began his career with the Federal Way Police Department in February of 2017, has proudly served as a police officer for more than 8 years. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Natural Science and brings both academic discipline and tactical expertise to his role. Joseph demonstrates daily leadership as a field training officer, where he's mentored and trained numerous new officers, shaping the next generation of law enforcement professionals. Joseph is trained in sniper operations and explosive breaching as a Valley Regional SWAT team member. He has instructed officers within the Federal Way Police Department and across the region on building search tactics. He's played a key role in delivering active shooter training both in-house and regional levels. Joseph is known for his excellent communication skills, professionalism, and collaborative spirit. He is highly respected and well-liked by his peers, consistently going above and beyond to support others. We are proud to recognize his hard work, dedication, and commitment to excellence as he steps into his new role as a corporal. Congratulations, Joseph. Pinning on his badge this evening will be his wife, Brianna. And the children's are coming up as well. All right, kids are pretty excited. All right. Pretty cool. Okay, please join me in congratulating these outstanding individuals for their significant achievement in their law enforcement career. Commander Tan, if you could come up here, the others, if you could fall behind him. We'll do the commander oath of office first.
Commander, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, please state your name.
I, Jedediah Tan,
Do solemnly swear that I'm a citizen of the United States
do solemnly swear that I am a citizen of the United States
and the state of Washington,
and the state of Washington,
and that I will support the Constitution
and that I will support the Constitution
and laws of the United States
and laws of the United States
and laws of the state of Washington,
and laws of the state of Washington,
and will, to the best of my judgment,
and will, to the best of my judgment,
skill, and ability,
skill, and ability,
truly and faithfully,
truly and faithfully,
diligently and impartially,
diligently and impartially,
perform the duties of police commander
perform the duties of police commander
in and for the city of Federal Way,
in and for the city of Federal Way,
County of King, state of Washington,
County of King, state of Washington,
as such duties are prescribed by law.
as such duties are prescribed by law.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lieutenants, please step up. Please raise your right hand, and please state your name. Do solemnly swear that I'm a citizen of the United States
Do solemnly swear that I'm a citizen of the United States
and the state of Washington,
and the state of Washington,
and that I'll support the Constitution
and I will support the Constitution
and laws of the United States
and laws of the United States
and laws of the state of Washington,
and laws of the state of Washington,
and will, to the best of my judgment, skill, and ability,
and will, to the best of my judgment,
True-
skill, and ability,
truly and faithfully,
truly and
diligently and impartially
diligently and impartially
perform the duties of lieutenant
perform the duties of lieutenant
in and for the city of Federal Way,
in and for the city of Federal Way,
King County, Washington,
King County, Washington,
as such duties are prescribed by law.
as such duties that are prescribed by law.
All right, congratulations. All right, Corporal, step right up. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, please state your name.
I, Joseph Rodriguez,
Do solemnly swear that I'm a citizen of the United States
do solemnly swear that I'm a citizen of the United States
and the state of Washington,
and the state of Washington,
and that I will support the Constitution
and that I will support the Constitution
and laws of the United States
and laws of the United States
and laws of the state of Washington,
and laws of the state of Washington,
and will, to the best of my judgment,
and will, to the best of my judgment,
skill, and ability,
skill, and ability,
truly and faithfully,
truly and faithfully,
diligently and impartially,
diligently and impartially,
perform the duties of corporal
perform the duties of corporal
in and for the city of Federal Way,
in and for the city of Federal Way,
King County, Washington,
King County, Washington,
and other duties as prescribed by law.
and other duties as prescribed by law.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
All right, should we do a group picture? Sure. Corporal, lieutenants, commander, let's have what we did before. We'll have the council up above, and let's take a group picture.
Congratulations. University of Portland, that's where we went. Congratulations, congratulations. Great.
Congratulations. 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 Be
What do you
safe.
guys think about having the kids?
Yeah, get
Yeah.
those kids. I think,
You guys, let's bring the children up.
I'll be taller than the kids.
Come on in, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I heard somebody wanted to go bye-bye a while ago.
Come on,
We got more.
come on, you guys.
Come on. Come on, we saw somebody crawling a minute ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's
come
best.
on. No, stay, stay. Oh, it's good. Okay, it's gonna get his. Whoa. Oh, my goodness.
Do we want
Hey, there we go.
Yes, and spouses, everybody.
too?
Spouses.
Yeah, spouses too, come on. Yeah, come on.
Sure you get up, buddy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Federal Way Police family, this is your opportunity to leave. Be sure to get a tour of the police department. Thank you all for coming to support your loved ones.
Congratulations, everyone.
They'll be ready for bed. At least mom and dad will be. Here, let's still candy. Here, we have candy for you, kids.
Hey, Ben, you want to get us queued up? All right. Now it's time for the mayor's emerging issues and report. And as I reported at the last city council meeting, we had a presentation. I believe it was on June 2nd, the first business day of June, in which we had a presentation. I read the proclamation for Pride Month at the podium outside. We raised the flag, and we have, it was a great celebration. Really appreciate everybody that was there, and I'd like to thank both Catherine North and Allison Fine for both their participation and help in planning the event. So we're still in Pride Month, and wanted to take the time during my report to read the proclamation for Pride Month, and Catherine North will accept it. Okay, so Pride Month proclamation. Whereas the City of Federal Way cherishes the value and dignity of each person and appreciates the importance of equality and freedom, and whereas all are welcome in the City of Federal Way to live, work, and play, where every family deserves a place to call home, where they are safe and happy and supported by friends and neighbors. And whereas we denounce prejudice and discrimination based on age, gender identity, gender expression, race, color, religion, marital status, national origin, sexual orientation, or physical attributes as an affront to our fundamental principles. And whereas it is imperative that all people in our community, regardless of sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression, feel valued, safe, and supported by their peers and community leaders. And whereas we appreciate the cultural, civic, and economic contributions of our lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer plus, LGBTQ plus community, and now therefore I, the assigned mayor of the City of Federal Way, do hereby proclaim June 2025 as Pride Month in the City of Federal Way. And I signed on June 2nd of this year, 2025, and I will present this to, and actually, Alice, I do have your copy and a copy for Catherine. There's that.
Thank you.
This is your copy. Thank you. Shall we do a picture?
Oh, sure.
Here, this, where?
Right here.
On the other side.
On the other side, all right, all right.
And did you want to say a few words, Catherine?
I will say something later with my 3 minutes, but not now. I just want to say thank you. It's too bad the council didn't sign this too. But thank you, and I think we really need to pay attention to the part that says everybody needs to feel valued, safe, and supported by peers and community leaders. But thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Catherine. Thank you. Allison, did you want to say anything?
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you to the mayor for supporting Pride Month and all of the other important things that happen in our very multicultural and diverse community. Councilmember Walsh, you were in attendance, I believe. Is that true?
I had some business in
Were you
City
just
Hall,
walking
and
through the
and
parking lot?
I was in
We'll
and
count
out.
it.
I
I'll
was in and
count
out,
it.
but anyway, but
I'll count it.
congratulations. Congratulations.
But I would like to see the more council members attend all of the events. I'm interested to see who shows up tomorrow for Juneteenth, and I think that we should be treating all of these types of events equally. So, thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor.
Thanks, Allison.
Just FYI, I will not be there for Juneteenth, but I wish I was, but I have a business commitment, but I've been,
Well, at least we got the parking lot walkthrough.
yeah.
All right, great. Okay, now, let's now go to the rest of my emerging issues and report. Ben? As you can see right there, that's myself and former Mayor Michael Park there at the dedication of the Han Rui Park, which I'll discuss next. But what a great picture of our former mayor and a great colleague and a friend to each and every one of us. And we'll talk about that in the next slide. So we had a tremendous celebration in the launch of really one of the great new amenities in our community, which is the Han Rui Garden. We had a great grand opening. We had, I don't know, what do you think the count was, Brian? How many folks do you think?
We had chairs set up for about 200 or so.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. Now, for those who don't know where it's at, if you haven't seen it yet, it's literally to the west of the Little League ball fields on Campus Drive and immediately to the east of the King County Aquatic Center. right there on Campus Drive, just on the north side. It's a beautiful facility. You could see the pagoda there and the garden, and really a tremendous celebration. There are so many people to thank for this. I think that former Mayor Michael Park played a huge role in facilitating this, as well as the Korean American Association. I really want to thank John Hutton and Parks and Brian, who helped coordinate and facilitate and was one of the two MCs for the event. It really was a great day. And, you know, with the music and the celebration and the weather, we really, with the garden there and it really almost kind of felt like a wedding. When they were starting to play the harp music, it sort of felt like we were wondering when the wedding was going to start. But it was just a beautiful time, and the council was there, and the community was there, and we should also thank King County Councilman Pete von Reichbauer, who provided or helped provide at least $100,000 of funding, and so many people made this happen, and it's really going to be a great community gathering space. And Hanrui means we are one, and I really felt that really was the feeling you got from that event. It was a great day in Federal Way. We've got some community members there and community leaders, and the council, like I said, was there. All right, next. Okay, we had the Chamber of Commerce luncheon on June 4th, and it was great to see former Mayor and Councilmember Gene Burbidge there at the, and we also had, it was just a great luncheon and just talking about, you know, the business environment in Federal Way at the Chamber of Commerce luncheon. And we've been very fortunate to have them at our Performing Arts and Events Center for the lunches and the presentations. And the collaboration continues with the Chamber, and it's always a great time to be there and to meet with our business friends. Again, that was on June 4th. We had a recycling event for metal, styrofoam, and plastic. That was over at the South King Tool Library. We've got some staff there and some folks that were involved in that event, and it was great to see folks there, and it's amazing how many people take advantage of those events. Okay, then we had, at the City of Federal Way, we had the Gun Safe giveaway at City Hall. We had 500 safes that were distributed, and in fact, actually, they lined up here, starting here in the parking lot, and went around, and it went all the way down 333rd, all the way to First Avenue, and was backed up on First Avenue. I barely could get into the place. I just took the other way around, but it was both directions of First Avenue were impacted for a while. Chief, how long do you think the safes left? I remember it came back and they're giving away the last few ones. It started at 9 a.m. on June 7th. All of them were given away. How long do you think it was?
By noon.
By noon, yeah. Yeah, it was great. And it was a great, you know, making sure that that guns and firearms and in the homes are secured is just really a public safety necessity. And Chief, your team did a great job in making sure that everything went smoothly. And if anything, I thought we were going to run out of these safes, but it looked like we were able to get through most of the folks that drove up. So great job, Chief. Would you tell everybody where the safes came from and how this was funded?
It was through a grant through the Attorney General's office. They had $3 million grant for this type of event, either gun safe giveaway or gun buyback. And we were awarded $150,000 from the state. And we spent $100,000 on the safes, and we're gonna spend $50,000 August, I believe 24th or so, somewhere in late August, we're gonna have a gun buyback event where we allocated $50,000.
Very good. Thank you very much. Okay, next, we had the Multi-Service Center's, actually, let's, the Multi-Service Center Spring Into Action Dinner on June 7th. That was down at the casino, the Muckleshoot Casino in Auburn. And I'm pictured there with Joe Brown, president of Virginia Mason St. Francis Hospital. It was great to see. There was a lot of folks there, a lot of folks from the city and from the community. Multi-Service Center does just a tremendous job in service to this community, and a great event by all. Then earlier in the day on June 7th, we had Putting on the Glitz at the Federal Way Community Center pool, and it was the Pacific Ways Synchronized Swim Club, and they had filled the pool area, and it was great to see everybody, and wall-to-wall people and swimmers, and they did a phenomenal job. All right, next. As you can see, some of these Saturdays, we have like 4 or 5 events occur in one day, so it gets pretty busy. Our own Kent County Council member, Pete Von Reichbauer, had his traditional Good Eggs breakfast, which has been ongoing now for a number of years. Well, as you can see, you've got the mayors and leaders in the upper right-hand corner there, it's great to, ongoing service that Pete Von Reichbauer does to bring South King County leaders together. And Anthony Anton, who I've known for probably, 30 years, who's now the president and CEO of the Washington Hospitality Association, was there and talking about the business environment for restaurants and just how difficult, what a challenge it can be for restaurant owners in these times and coming out of COVID and just all of the pressure is put on our restaurants. We have, hundreds, if not thousands of restaurants in our community, in our city, and around the state. And Anthony really can pull back the curtain a bit and talk to us business leaders about all of the different restraints and constraints and pressures on restaurants and costs associated with that. Also, we had, that was on June 11th. The next day, we had the Korean Quarterly meeting and some student awards there, and it was great to see. We had several council members. Actually, we had former Mayor Michael Park, we had Councilmember McDaniel, Councilmember Honda, and Councilmember Sepha Dawson, and myself, and we're all pictured there, and it was in this room. And again, that was on Thursday, June 12th. Okay, next, we've got upcoming events. We've got a busy time. Tomorrow, June 18th at noon, we've got it was referenced a few moments ago, but we've got the Juneteenth flag raising at City Hall. Hope everybody can make it, or as many people as possible. This is, I believe, the 6th time we're having this very special event, and looking forward to that. And then from there, what has been years in the making and planning and really hopes is the unveiling and the dedication of the Kana Park over there, and this is tomorrow at 1 p.m. of Kana Park, and that's to honor John and Mary Kana. They were pioneers in the area, in the city. This is actually going to be on their property. This is formerly Alderbrook Park. And it's across the street from Silver Lake Elementary. This was part of the property that John and Mary owned and homesteaded, and altogether appropriate. So we're going to do the sign unveiling and have a ceremony and dedication. And there's also, by just good planning, at the same time, we're going to be having a groundbreaking because new playground equipment is coming in to that park. And so it's all coming together, and representatives and members of the John and Mary Kana family are going to be there. So very special day. Okay, and then we've got movies at the park. Wild Robot is on June 28th. That's not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday. That'll be at Town Square Park. And John, remind me, what time is it getting dark around that time? 9:30?
A little bit before 9, yeah.
Okay.
Right in there.
Okay. All right, well, it's a great movie. Hope to see everybody there. Then when we get into the 4th of July, at 9 a.m., I get there a little bit earlier, but at 9 a.m. we'll have the Miles from ESO on July 4th. It'll start there at the Federal Way Community Center. Usually a great event. Right, it raises money for mesothelioma research, and something that several of the widows of the individuals had passed away from that gathered together years ago, and they've raised literally hundreds of thousands of dollars for that very worthy cause. So that race starts at 9 a.m. on July 4th. Then we've got the Red, White, and Blues Festival. John, starts about 4?
Yes, sir. Starts at 4 o'clock sharp with bands hitting the stage at 4 o'clock. It's a great event.
Very good. And then the fireworks about 10:15?
About 10:15 exactly, yep.
All right. Well, John and I were working on the, Pam had to knock on the door and had to tell me that we were listening to music a little too loudly as we were picking out the music that the fireworks go off to. So let me know what you think. We always take our recommendations, coming up. It was, it's going to be a great show. John, it's about a 20-minute show?
Yes, right at just about 20 minutes, yeah.
Very good. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I hope you get there. Come early, get a place, stake out your fireworks location place, and it'd be great to see you there. Plus, we've made sure there's a corn dog vendor this year. Lots of food vendors, but we're bringing the corn dogs. All right. Okay. We actually saw this person. Where was that corn dog vendor last year? Was it the Kids
Day?
Kids Day. And I know last year I was thinking, you know what this 4th of July needs? It needs a corn dog. So at Kids Day, I saw the vendor and roped him in. So looking forward to that. What are they called again?
Corn Doggery.
That's it. Okay. What he said. All right. Looking forward to that. Okay. Summer Chalk Art Festival, July 12th. Karen, can you tell us about that? Is it a? Oh, Arts Foundation. All right. Karen Brugada, our Arts Chair, Arts Commission Chair, said it's through the Arts Foundation. It's July 12th. How about somebody find out more information about that? On the website? Okay, all right. Thank you. Not to put you on the spot, Karen. Sorry. Okay, next. All right, and now the most important part of the meeting is public comment. That concludes my report. Okay, now, you all know that. Oh, Karen, you're the very first speaker anyway, so we'll give you an extra couple of seconds to talk about some of those items. So here are the speakers. Everybody gets 3 minutes. Green means go. Yellow means you've got about 30 seconds. Red means please stop. And I hate to interrupt people. So when it hits red, if you got a sentence to finish, that's okay. But please don't go on any further. And I'll read all the names off, and if you can sort of queue up in the back, giving people enough space. And I think that's it. Everybody knows the rules. Okay, so Ms. Brugado, you're first, and then before we get started, Bernard Motorshead, David Reynolds, Ann Blevins, Lana Bostic, Melissa Hamilton, Catherine North, Betty Taylor, and Allison Fine. Okay, Karen Brugado.
Good evening, Mayor Farrell, City Council. I'm Karen Brugado. I live in Federal Way, and I am Chair of the Arts Commission. I would like to thank the City Council and the Mayor for supporting the 3rd Annual Arts Explosion Festival. It was held May 30th, 31st, and June 1st, and it was a success this year. I want to thank Stasha Winters at the PAAC. The PAAC is our jewel, and the artists love going there. We have to thank the Parks and Rec people over here. They put up our art walls and lighting, Cassie Swan and Abby Wynick for all of their organization. We thank our Arts Commissioner, Evetta Feltzenberg. She's our true artist among us and thought of the Arts Explosion. She actually placed all the artwork where it was going to go and made it extraordinary. We have to thank the mayor especially for awarding all of those winners. There was about 7 winners for the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and their names were complicated. So it was wonderful to have both adults and youth win artwork as well. We had youth involved, and they are all so talented. The public was able to vote for their favorite, and we awarded 3. Of course, the planning for an arts festival starts early. Usually during the wintertime, we start getting sponsors. So we have to thank our new sponsors this year. We especially thank our present sponsors who have been with us all 3 years. And of course, in the public, if you wish to enter the arts contest, it is easy to do. Callforentry.org. That is a nonprofit way to get on. It's free for artists. Usually the call for entry begins mid-January through March. The statistics. We had 431 pieces of art and 230 artists. apply for our arts festival. That really exceeds anything we could have possibly thought of, and it triples the amount we had our first year. The Arts Commission prejudged everything down to 250 pieces of art and about 160 artists. That is our capacity at the PAAC. And we are going to be getting very selective in years to come because the PAAC, being our jewel, is the greatest location in the world. We had about 60 artists from right here in Federal Way, Auburn, Tacoma, Kent. We had several from Everett, Battleground, Port Townsend, Tri-Cities, Portland area. It is really going to be a tourist attraction for the city of Federal Way. We had 1,119 people come through that door. That is a success. We doubled last year. I just want to thank all of the artists that came through, all of the art visitors, for all of the music that was there. And again, thank you for helping out. This is a tourist attraction. It will be for years to come. We are on the Arts Festival tour, and I thank you again.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right, Mr. Motorshead.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and the public. My name is Bernard Motorshead. I live in 357th Street in Federal Way. I will start briefly what this is resolving from. 1996. Request from the council for information regarding property damage, surface water. It relates to Silverwood, Rosewood, and Bella Serena Woods. With that, I will leave that section. The 23rd of May of 8 March 2023, I made contact with your surface water manager, Christine Mullen, to address the condition of the street. Her response to me was, no funds had been appropriated. Reasonable answer. The 31st of August of 23, City Hall here issued permits for the upgrades to this building, to the community development, the community center, and to the art studio, the arts building. This building, no problem with. It needs to be upgraded. The community center, that's another building. But when it comes to the art studio, this was a different ballgame. We can spend funds protecting artwork in a climate-controlled, air-conditioning facility, but we can't spend money for people to breathe air in 357th Street. We have to breathe ground-up asphalt dust. That was in August of 2023. November 23, I met with you personally, Mr. Fowle, correct?
Mr. Motorshead, just give your comments.
Am I correct that I had a
Mr.
meeting with you?
Motorhead, just give your comments. We're not going to do it back and forth.
We're not going back and forth, that's fine. I met with this man. On December the 17th, I met with the Public Works Director. His comments to the condition of the street was, it's not a priority.
Mr. Motorhead, your time is up. Thank you. If you'd like to put in a written comment, that's great, but your time has expired.
You know where this is leading to? It's leading to a class action lawsuit against this city.
Right, okay. Thank you, Mr. Motorhead. We're not going to be threatened legally here. Thank you. Your time is
Put me
up.
down because the public You don't want the public to hear it.
Mr. Motor said you had 3 minutes. Thank you very much.
No, we will see you all in court because it goes beyond this now because it goes on to endangerment resulting in bodily harm.
All right, thank you. All right, David Reynolds.
Distinguished Mayor, City Council, I was really happy to see the police department here tonight. As one Federal Way resident, thank you. I'm here to talk tonight about the Senior Advisory Commission initiative of reading in public schools, for seniors to read in public schools. We started the initiative in late '24. We developed a sign-in process with Federal Way Public Schools. It requires a minor security background check, but nothing major. And school assignments are made by this district through the requests by the participants of where they would like to read. Currently, we have about 30 seniors that are participating in the program. And we are continuing to sign up people through the summer for the 2025-26 year. If you're interested in signing up to read to children in the elementary schools, you can call Amy Glandon at 253-835-2401. She'll get you on the list, and we will communicate with you on what the process will be going forward to try to get more people involved. I'd like to get 100 by next year. It'd be great. All you need to do is give her your name, phone, and email address so we can communicate with you by email. The reasons to sign up are really, the reason I'm doing this is because actually I went with Susan Honda and Mayor Farrell read over at Camelot, I think in 2023, for a school week where they read to the kids. And I got involved by gosh and by golly, and I told the teacher if I was any way I could do this again, I'd really love to do it. And she said, well, I would love to have you back. So I started working with the school district and have developed this program. I beg anyone, any grandparents out there who have children out of state, grandchildren out of state, that they would like to have a little bit of interaction with young people and see what they're like in schools. I heartily recommend that you take the opportunity to do this. You get a chance to interact with K through 5 grade school kids. It gives you a chance to interact on a personal level with these kids, and it is just the best thing you will do to get yourself out of your house or your home and have something to do for the community. Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. Ann Blevins.
Hello. All of our community's people here. I have a couple of complaints. For one thing, I understood in the paper, and I don't know, maybe I'm not right, but are you going to not deliver the paper and you're going to email us or something? I don't get emails because I don't have it. And I like to read the whole paper. So if it's possible, what else can we do? Just don't know. Okay, well, and the second one is, I think, important, particularly the sidewalks. Some of the sidewalks are very dangerous. You have to walk with your eyes down all the way, like in front of St. Vincent de Paul Parish. Those sidewalks are, they're like right on top of each other, some of them. So if somebody could do something, that would be very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Blevins. With regard to your comments, with regard to the paper, we did hear, just like you did, actually, we've got our great reporter with the Mirror is here, and she could talk to you about that. And then we'll address the sidewalk issue. And so I'll have E.J. Walsh get in touch with you with regard to the exact locations you're concerned about. And thank you, Keelan, for your help. Okay, Lana Bostic.
Good evening, Mayor Farrell and the City Council and all of our community members. I am here, my name is Lana Bostic, and I live in Federal Way. And I am also on the chair of the Senior Advisory Commission, but this, I'm talking as a private citizen, I guess. But I wanted to give you a little update about what the Senior Advisory Commission has been up to. And just to let you know, and thank you for your support, we did have our Senior Health and Resource Fair in May. It was a big success. It was at the PAC. We had, I think, 76 vendors this year, which is more than we've had before. We had more people, over 300 people come, and really had a great time. So I'm always glad to have that event and have it be a success. Also wanted to let you know that tomorrow, excuse me, we have our quarterly luncheon at the community center. That's going to be at 11:30 till about 1. We provide a free lunch for everybody. We're going to have 2 people from Center Stage Theater give a presentation about Center Stage and what people can do, and maybe volunteer or whatever. So that'll be very interesting, and we're also going to have a raffle for a gift certificate for tickets. We're trying to present things that are available in Federal Way that are fun and interesting, not just for seniors, but for everybody, but maybe that people just don't know about that much. Well, we'll also be at the, Farmers Market this summer on July 21st. We'll have a booth there. We'll be glad to see people stop by and say hi. And then also, I wanted to kind of tag on to what Dave said about the reading program. I started doing the reading program this year. It's really fun. I volunteered in the schools for a couple of years at my granddaughter's school. And last year I was doing math with third graders. It was a nightmare. But this year I got to read with kindergartners, and it was so much fun. So like what Dave said, is you just sign up. You can, I chose to go to my granddaughter's school, but they'll assign you to whatever school and usually get you what you want. And it's just really fun, and the kids appreciate you so much, and so does the staff of the school. And also, one last thing, in September, we're going to start utilizing the community center for a few more senior events. We're going to start having bingo, bunco, and something called Mexican Train. It's a dominoes game. So you'll get to know more about that. Thank you again for all your support.
Can I ask you a question, Lana? Yeah. Third graders now, are they using new math?
Oh, yeah, and I can't even talk about it. It's just a nightmare. Oh, and can I say one thing real quick about what Ms. Blevins said about the paper? You could still, as I understand, get the paper free at the library in different places, that it's not going out of business or anything. So you can get it free at the library. There's certain, I live in an apartment complex, and it's always free, so you can still get the real paper. Anyway, thank you.
All right, that's good. Okay, thank you. Melissa Hamilton. Then Catherine North.
Hello, Mayor Farrell, Council President Kochmar, Council and Community. I will be wearing 2 hats tonight with my comments. The first hat I'm wearing is Melissa Hamilton, the Kiwanian. So I wanted to talk about the Kiwana Salmon Bake coming up. Thank you for putting that in the newsletters with the city. It's our 69th annual Salmon Bake. John Hatcher always does a great job at Cafe Pacific, providing some of the best salmon I've ever tasted. That will be Friday, July 25th, 4 to 8 at Still Lake Park. I was told to mention that we do have improved parking. So we have a new parking schematic that our Parks Department worked with us on, so we will have more available parking. Tickets are for sale in person, online, or at the event. We expect about 900 people, so it's a pretty big event. Come out if you can, because this event supports children in our community, and it supports a lot of our nonprofit partners. So, okay, that hat is off. This is now Melissa Hamilton, the concerned community member. I'd like to raise a concern regarding the recent decision to impose significant reductions in felony and misdemeanor public defender caseloads. I'm sure you're all aware of this decision by now. It's my understanding that cities have some time to fully comply, and this change is going to affect our budgets, our court operations, and public safety overall. So it's my understanding that local authority is being given to define case credits. So I think many in the community, myself included, would appreciate knowing how our city plans to adapt and what steps are being taken to ensure we continue to protect both public safety and civil rights under these new guidelines. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Brian and Ryan and Hannah will need to talk about having some sort of study session or even presentation at the council meeting once we figure out the case credits. The good news, Melissa and the rest of the public, is we're going to have 10 years for implementation, but it's pretty concerning. And so we'll make sure that we give a presentation. We'll talk at agenda setting about what forum that's going to be at, and I think some of this is still working itself out. Okay, Catherine North.
Good evening, council, mayor, people, not very many people. I don't feel good, so if I don't talk well, that's my excuse. But I just feel really compelled to be here, so here I am. It really meant a lot to me in years past to see the pride flag hanging on 3/20th. I'm serious, it meant a lot. And so to have it not there, I just can't tell you how disappointed I am. Somebody I saw in an old letter to the editor, somebody said, yeah, but the children will see it. And I thought, for crying out loud, that's the point. That is the point. It says in this proclamation, we want people to feel valued, safe, and supported by peers and community leaders. You guys. People, young people in particular, probably don't come here to City Hall, well, except the little bitty ones, very often. But they are on 3/20th. And for those people that are feeling conflicted or unsure about their sexuality, seeing a pride flag flying on 3/20th is not going to turn them gay. Let me tell you. It's going to take more than that to turn them gay. And if they are feeling conflicted, it's going to feel like maybe this is a safe place to be. You know, maybe because they fly the flag during Pride Month, maybe this is an okay place, and maybe it won't happen like in Illinois where the woman got the crap beaten out of her simply for being a lesbian. And who was the guy that just got murdered? And the same thing, because he was gay. You know, I grew up in a very Republican, very Christian home. We went to church 3 times a week, and very, well, kind of a normal upbringing back in the long time ago. I never met a gay person until I was out of school. You know, and here I am. I've been with my wife for almost 36 years. People, you know, it's not like, I don't know what people are afraid of. Some people are born left-handed and some people are born right-handed. Nobody knows why, it just happens that way. And it is the same darn thing. Some people are born gay and some people are born straight. And if you don't believe that, why on earth would anybody choose to be gay if they can be straight? Why? You know, I got 30 seconds. I lost friends, fractured relationships with family. I got kicked out of the Army. There were many things that many of you people would take for granted. You guys got to vote on whether or not I could get married. You know, think about that. So nobody is going to go out there and try to be gay if they're not. Who in their right mind would choose to do that? You know, you love who you love. You know? So think about that, and next year I really hope I can see the council's signatures on here. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Betty Taylor, then Allison Fine.
Good evening, City Council. Good evening, citizens. My name is Betty Taylor, and I'm going to speak about a topic that really hits home to me. Okay, I happen to be on the KOMO app, and the article just came up about it says property management company faces lawsuit for deceptive practices targeting seniors. Okay, so then it says a complaint that has been filed in Snohomish Superior Court against FPI Management, which basically is the same management company that manages my property, Traditions in Federal Way. A multi-state property management company accusing the company of engaging in unfair, deceptive practices at 5 senior apartment complexes in Western Washington. The properties marketed to seniors aged 55 and older are alleged to have violated the Consumer Protection Act. The complaint by the Attorney General's office claims FPI Management failed to disclose how rent would be calculated and increased, misrepresented the quality of units, and falsely advertised the availability and quality of amenities and security features. These complexes are part of the low-income housing tax credit program, where rental rates are set annually by HUD based on area median income. However, FPI Management allegedly did not adequately inform tenants that the rent could be raised to the maximum rate even if their income remained unchanged. The properties were marketed as luxury and resort style, but the state's investigation found these claims to be misleading. Tenants reported issues such as dirty units, broken appliances, leaks, mold, and worn flooring. Promised amenities were often non-existent, inoperable, or inaccessible. Additionally, the properties were not as secure as advertised, with reports of trespassing, theft, and vandalism. Oh, God. There's complaints from tenants, but the same thing that's happening is happening at my apartment complex. It's real. It is so real. I have a storage unit. We got vandalized. They have 6 floors in the apartment complex. These are the homeless broke into the storage units with some hacksaws, cutting off the locks. And the only replacement to fix that, what the management did, they gave us bicycle locks to put on these locks. And we wanted the locks to be fixed. So now I see something like this in the news. Of course I'm going to speak about it. I don't fear retaliation at all, not at all. This is a city issue. Federal Way, we have to be concerned. So I'm willing to forward this to the city council or whoever needs it. But it hits me hard, y'all.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you. Allison Fine.
Hi again, friends. I have a little charcuterie of things to talk about in my 3 minutes. Number one, plot twist. I'm formally asking tonight that the mayor and the city council consider starting in 2026 having things like the Pride flag and the Irish flag and Juneteenth move to evening events, so more of the community can come out. It's been the standard amongst other cities in the area, SeaTac, Tukwila, Auburn. So I would like to start thinking about maybe doing that so we can have more community involvement, which also might be beneficial for some of the council members who also have jobs. That's on the record, Mayor Farrell. I also, we celebrate a lot of people in the community, but I don't know how often we celebrate you guys as council members and the mayor. So I did want to say congratulations officially. My boy Ben graduated this weekend from Decatur High School, the mayor's son, and then Councilmember McDaniel got married recently. So congratulations. Those things matter they should matter to the community as much as all of us matter to you. I wanted to also just say thank you to the chief and to the police. We have become a city that protests. We speak out and we speak up. And what we experienced a few years ago during the pandemic with George Floyd was a much more oppressive feeling from the police, a lot of presence, it felt like babysitting. And there was a No Kings March that I did not organize. I think actually Lana organized and some people. And I know the police were there and they were present and they were available, but they did not feel oppressive. And I wanted to say I appreciate that, because sometimes people do not come out because they feel like they are being babysat by the police. So thank you. Whether that was intentional or not, I don't know, but it was noticed amongst the people. I will also say that readings in school thing, I didn't even know that was happening. Maybe I'm not yet a citizen, I don't need to know. But I wonder if there's an opportunity, Mayor, in some of your weekly things, your weekly emails, for commissions to put things like that out, because I'm sure that at this point you have a pretty big list. So maybe, I don't know what that would look like, but for commissions to be able to put a little blurb about what they have going on, or send a separate email to your email list with those kinds of things to try and recruit people. Just another way to access the community. And last but not least, I do not think we celebrate them enough. Parks and Rec has an amazing inclusion program here. This weekend, my daughter qualified for 2 sports in the Special Olympics state games. She will only be playing one because they're only allowed to play one. She will be playing soccer. And then next weekend, they have Friendship Theater down at Dumas Bay. I would encourage the city council to highlight them more, to support them more. I would love to see somebody, anybody at PSU this weekend. Nope. Yes. What's the other one? UPS this weekend, supporting the Special Olympians from the city that are going and playing in those games, and then coming to see The Little Mermaid next weekend with us at Dumas Bay, because our Special Olympians and our inclusion community is really important. The John staff spends a lot of time doing things for them, and I would love to see the city council support them a little bit more. Thanks.
Thank you very much. And we next have the Juneteenth proclamation, but it will be accepted by the new Diversity Commission Chair, Ron Walker, but he just walked out of the room. So I'm sure he'll be back in a moment. While we're waiting for him to return, should we? Okay, very good. Okay, here he is. All right, so Juneteenth proclamation, Councilmember Lydia Assefa-Dawson.
Welcome back. The recipient of the proclamation is Diversity Commission Chair, Mr. Ron Walker. Whereas our nation was conceived on July 4th, 1776, with the Declaration of Independence boldly and historically proclaiming, we hold these truths to be safe evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And whereas on New Year's Day, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which made the permanent abolition of slavery and provided the legal framework for the emancipation of nearly all 4 million enslaved peoples as the Union armies advanced. And whereas on June 19th, 1865, Major General Gordon Granger announced in Galveston, Texas, the end of both the Civil War and slavery. And whereas in 1866, Texans started the celebration of Juneteenth with community events such as parades, cookouts, prayer gatherings, musical performances, and historical cultural readings. And whereas Juneteenth is a day held in high importance for our African American brothers and sisters, and is known as America's second Independence Day. And whereas in Federal Way, we honor and proudly celebrate Juneteenth with a community flag raising and other events around the city. Now therefore, we, the undersigned mayor and city council members of the city of Federal Way, do hereby proclaim June 19, 2025 as Juneteenth in Federal Way and encourage our community to remember the sacrifices of so many who have come before to ensure all Americans remain free. Signed the 17th day of June, 2025. So you can go ahead and say whatever you want while I come down.
Thank you. I received this proclamation on behalf of the people of Federal Way. We are, as everyone knows, one of the most diverse cities in the nation, which is a wonderful thing. I think one of the things that we take for granted is that it took a lot of courage, perseverance, and tenacity for this to happen. Courage by President Lincoln to do something that at the time was unpopular and something that he had to struggle through, but he had to do the right thing. Perseverance in that African Americans for hundreds of years had been enslaved and held out to be free. And tenacity by the abolitionists who worked very hard to see that people in the nation were set free. The strange thing about it, though, is even though that was over 100 years ago, there are still people that are not free. We know it by a different name now. It doesn't go by slavery, it's human trafficking. State Department states that in the United States, which I think the numbers are low, that over 27,000 people are enslaved in some way, shape, or form, either through sex trafficking or forced labor. And then in the world, it says like 2 million people are still under somebody else's authority where they are not free. So it is incumbent upon us not to, it is great to celebrate Juneteenth. It's a wonderful thing to celebrate, but we still have to hold true that mankind has the capacity to do evil to other people. That is a reality. And we always have to stay vigilant because the next door neighbor or the person down the street or the person working in the store or the person that we pass by can be a person who is forced to do what they're doing and they're not doing it of their own free will. So let us be mindful of that. Let us keep our eyes vigilant for that. Let us work towards that. Let us be a people that says everyone deserves to be free. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair Walker. Thank you for your wise words. Let's give him And congratulations on your new appointment as Chair of the Diversity Commission.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, now item D on the agenda, actually I would imagine it's 6B at this point, is 4th of July fireworks prevention and enforcement. Kyle Sumter, our Deputy Chief of Police.
Good evening, Council. It's my pleasure to be here again this year to speak about personal use of fireworks. As we are aware, all personal use of fireworks are illegal within the city limits of Federal Way. That doesn't mean that outside the city limits, they're barred from it. We're, of course, right adjacent to some reservation property on the southwest border of our city, and there's some big fireworks that go off there, and there's little we can do about those. But inside the city limits of Federal Way, all personal use fireworks are illegal for 4 main reasons. First of all, there's noise pollution, which bothers people as well as animals. Those are domestic animals and the wildlife in the community. Air and ground pollution, injuries, which I will get into here briefly, and the risk of fires, which I will talk about a little bit as well. You may recall that sparklers, the most innocent appearing of fireworks that the youngest children use, burn at the heat of a blowtorch, 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. In 2022, more than 10,000 people were treated for fireworks injuries, and 11 people died from them. The next year, you can see we're making a little bit of progress. In 2023, it was less than 10,000 people were treated for fireworks injuries in emergency rooms. That's not just the Band-Aids out in the field, but in ERs, and only 8 people died. But that's 8 families and extended families. We're making progress as a nation. We still have some room to go. There was an analysis done in 2023. Here's 3 of the findings, which I extrapolated from there. You can see that the most injured people are teenagers, 15 to 19, and the second most injured group are children 5 through 9 years old. There were more than 700 emergency department visits because of sparklers. And during the fiscal year 2023, approximately 18% of the fireworks that were grabbed up and investigated found non-compliant components, including faulty fuses, presence of prohibited chemicals, and so forth. So who knows what you're setting off or breathing in? Fireworks started an estimated 31,300 fires during 2022. You can see a list of several types of fires there, and an additional 6 civilian deaths due to the fires from fireworks. So we invite, again this year, homeowners associations and multifamily housing properties to engage in the safety of their residents as we engage in the safety of all residents. We ask that all properties enact and enforce rules on their properties for violations of the fireworks rules. Now, the number one goal of law enforcement is voluntary compliance. If we could put ourselves out of business, that's exactly what our business is in business to do. Voluntary compliance is what we seek. And we do that regarding fireworks in several different ways. First of all, we do a press release. We invite the Federal Mayor to print something. They often do, reminding residents that all personal use fireworks are illegal. You'll see on our social media page already a reminder of that. And there is my email address, my work email, kyle.sumter@federalwaywa.gov. My desk phone number is 253-835-6712. If you have a chronic neighborhood violator, if you will email that to me, I will send officer friendlies there ahead of the 4th of July to knock on their door and ask for compliance. And, of course, where compliance doesn't work, there is a $615 ticket. And in the days approaching and surrounding the 4th of July, we will have extra fireworks patrols out there looking to issue those tickets and confiscate the fireworks. So if you observe fireworks violations, would you please call our non-emergency dispatch number, which is 253-835-2121. And let's have a safer year.
All right, Councilor, any questions? Councilor Honda?
Thank you. My family has experienced 2 fires behind our house due to fireworks. And it's very frightening, it's very scary, it's extremely dry. We haven't had rain, and it is extremely dry. And if you even think of walking down a path in a park, on the BPA trail, in your neighborhood, and throwing a firecracker out, think of what you're doing. It is terrifying to hear the sound of fire. Absolutely terrifying. The last time we had a fire was 4 years ago. I saw the young person throw the firecracker. I was out in my yard watering. It was at 9:30 in the morning. I thought my house was going to burn down. The fire department fought it from both the street and on the BPA trail, and when I asked them why they were doing that, they said my house was in danger. It's terrifying. Please think of what you're doing before you throw that firecracker. We've had 2 houses in recent history in Federal Way burned down because of firecrackers. We don't need it to happen again. Someone can die. That's happened in King County because they're in a house that burned down due to fireworks, and we don't want that to happen here. So please think about it. Thank you.
Councilor McDaniel?
Yes, thank you. What was the ticket? It was
$615, yes.
And what do we do with the confiscated fireworks?
We bring them all to the police department. We have a couple of safe bins out in the back.
Yeah.
When the season is over, our bomb disposal unit takes it out to a site in Pierce County where other confiscated fireworks from the region go, and it is incinerated.
Big bonfire.
Big bonfire, yes.
That was it. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay, and then, Chief, you're going to come back after the 4th of July and give us...
I will, yes.
Give us a
Remember, go to the fireworks show at Celebration Park on July 4th, 10 p.m.
That's right. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, all right, now we are on to item 7, Council Committee and Regional Committee reports. Our Parks, Recreation, Human Services, and Public Safety Committee, Councilmember Walsh.
Yes, there's been a few things commented on this evening and presented this evening that kind of fall under the purview of the Parks, Recreation, Human Services, and Public Safety Committee. First, the dedication of the Hanuri Garden. What a fantastic event. I want to commend our Parks Department, John Hutton, and all of his great team there for the work that they did on that, as well as former Mayor Mike Park and the Korean American Association of Federal Way and our sister city in Korea. Just an incredible thing. I encourage all of you to go by and see it. It is beautiful. It is one of the gems of Federal Way. Also, I would like to commend the senior commission on a great senior health fair. It was very, very well attended, a great event. And also with the senior commission, the senior reading program, I've had the opportunity to go to Camelot Elementary and read, and it is fun. It is lots of fun. I wish I had the time to be doing it on a regular basis. And finally, the Arts Commission on a incredible arts explosion. A great job, and it is helping put Federal Way on the map more as far as the arts go. Our next Senior Commission meeting will be July 8th at 5 o'clock right here, and that is my report.
Great, thank you very much. Land Use and Transportation, Councilmember Dovey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, our next meeting is July 7th, which will be here in 5 o'clock in the chambers. One of the discussion points we will be talking about is the parking of vehicles on property in the backyards and different locations. So that would be something I'm sure we'll want to discuss in depth. It's been pulled tonight, but we will be looking at that again. And one thing this is not land use, but I think it could be, it's parks, but let's talk about the Hanuri Garden. Mayor Park, and I won't quote this right, said that a dream is just a dream, but dreams of many become a reality. Famous song somebody sung, I can't remember who he said, but it was good. But the Hanuri Park, again, that was 13 years in the making. I believe that we as a council and the city should look at making multiple parks like that around our community. It'd take a long time, but set aside the grounds, which is land use, that's why I'm saying it, and send it off to parks. And maybe we can do something with other groups. Maybe it could be a flag pavilion that we always have all the flags at. It could be a lot of things, but I would just plant that seed that's something we should be looking at. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Finance, Economic Development, and Regional Affairs Committee, otherwise known as FEDREC, Councilmember Tran.
Thank you, Mayor. Our next meeting is going to be on June 24th at 5 p.m. in this room. And this time, since I'm not be on the air or on the ship, so I will be here in person.
Oh, very good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Lodging Tax Advisory Committee, Councilmember Assefa Dawson.
Thank you, and thank you, Councilmember Dovey. I think it's a great idea to do stuff, something like that, and expand our relationship with other communities in other countries. That said, we had our last meeting on June 10th, last Tuesday, and Meredith did a phenomenal job explaining to the committee members LTAC, the funding, where it comes from, how to utilize it, and it was great. Some of them, actually, quite a number of them were fairly new, so this was great. And then also, Finance Director Stephen also talked about the funding, how much money we have, and how we can use it. So thank you to both of you for that great time and moment. And then we also, the prior meeting, we passed a lot of grants without really voting on them individually, so we went back and took care of that. So it was a long meeting, but very impactful and productive meeting. And so our next meeting is going to be July 8th at the PAC or remotely, so that's my report.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, our regional committees report, Councilmember Honda.
Thank you. As I serve on the AWC Education Committee, I just want to let council know that August 6th and 7th, the AWC will be offering a municipal budget and fiscal management workshop, August 6th and 7th in Wenatchee. So if you sign up, you can sign up now for it if you're interested. I've gone twice, and I always learn something new, so it's certainly not a waste of time. We had our PIC meeting last Wednesday, and we have a new executive director of SCA. His name is Robert Philstein, and he is doing something new, which I think will be very helpful to all of us. A couple days after PIC, he is sending out crib notes, and it's like minutes, but more involved than minutes. And I will be sending the June PIC crib notes to Amy, and she can let you all, she'll send it out to you all so you know what PIC is doing. And then if you have anything you want me to report back to PIC from Federal Way, please let me know.
Do you want to tell everybody what PIC is?
Public Issues Committee for the Sound Cities Association. And every city except Seattle is involved. And we have one representative at this meeting once a month, and we talk about issues surrounding our cities and in the region. We are meeting virtual now, so anyone can actually attend if you'd like. Anyway, so I'll have Amy do that tonight. On Saturday in Federal Way, there is a really cool thing. The King County Library System holds a Juneteenth celebration, and this year they held it at our library, at the First Avenue Library, and it was called Juneteenth, a Freedom Celebration. It was from 1:30 to 4:30, and Phenomenal She and Game of Life were partners in this event. And it was really cool that it was held here in Federal Way. Last year it was in Renton, and they chose Federal Way because of our diversity here and the fact that our library has so much to offer. But it was really a cool event. Next year, if it's offered here again, which it may be, please attend if you can. There were things for kids to do. There was a community resource fair, community leader forum. They had a basketball skills workshop, and then they had a community mural experience, which occurred towards the end of the event. I wasn't able to stay that late, but it was really a fun event to attend. And I'd like to talk a little bit about Flag Day. Flag Day was on Saturday, and for 36 years, the Soroptimist Club of Federal Way has had an event to celebrate Flag Day here in Federal Way. And we were all excited for Flag Day on Saturday, but unfortunately, due to circumstances outside our control, we had to postpone it. And Flag Day will be celebrated on November 8th, which is a Saturday, and we will do a Veterans Day celebration and the Flag Day celebration at the same time. It's going to be at the Weyerhaeuser King County Aquatic Center event building, and time to be determined. But this is, it was the right thing to postpone it. We've never done that before, but it was the right thing to postpone it this year. And we look forward to celebrating in November. Also, this is the 50th year of the Soroptimist Club here in Federal Way. So thank you.
All right, thank you. Council President report.
Thank you, Mayor, and congratulations to all our grads out there. And I believe I saw Andy Wong. Was your son valedictorian at his school this year?
Thank you for recognizing my
You're-
son.
you're-
Thank you.
You should be very proud.
Yep, thank you.
Councilmember McDaniel, Councilmember Hahn, and I will be attending the AWC conference next week. That's the Association of Washington Cities. That's all the cities in Washington State. We'll be meeting for a conference in the Garden City of Kennewick. Not Hawaii, but Kennewick. But some of the things we're going to talk about will be very pertinent to what's going on in our community today, one of which is strategies to combat food insecurity. And the reason I say that is because both of our food banks, the one east of the freeway and the one here, are desperately in need of food. And so we need to figure out how to solve that problem in our community. And also, they'll be talking about economic development. And we'll get to go visit Hanford. So we'll find all about nuclear waste, I think. Is it nuclear or I never say that properly, but thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. All right, I know, I think it was the second Bush that said nuclear, it's nuclear. Exactly, that was kind of a funny thing with 43. Okay, consent agenda, these items have gone through committee and can be passed all at once, or after I read them, I'll ask if a council member wants an item pulled for separate consideration. Item A, minutes for the June 3rd, 2025 City Council special meeting and regular meeting. Heather Dumlo, City Clerk. Item B, 2023 asphalt overlay project acceptance. Item C, Pacific Highway non-motorized corridor Phase 1. Item D, concrete sidewalk beveling on-call contract, approval to award. Item E, stormwater management, SWIM, SWM, capital improvement program, otherwise known as CIP, small project stormwater structure repairs. Item F, South King Housing and Homelessness Partnership, otherwise known as SKIP, SKHHP, 2026 work plan and budget. Item G, Human Services General Funds contingency funds. And item H, City Hall Southgate replacement. Council, are there any items you would want pulled for separate consideration? Councilmember McDaniel?
Item H, please.
Item H. And then, do I see anybody else? Okay. All right, Council President Kochmar.
I move approval of consent agenda items A through G.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second to approve items A through G. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Matters passed unanimously. As to item H, Councilmember McDaniel?
Yeah, I requested item H to be pulled because I wanted a little bit more conversation about my concerns with do we need to upgrade cameras or what might need to be done. It concerns me that we have a gate that has a camera on it that was damaged, but we don't know how or what. So is there a spot that we need to fix or, what's up with that?
Let me start by saying thank you so much for identifying this earlier today so we could have our staff look into this and make sure we answered your question. And you see John Hutton's already come over to the podium. He's
Good to
ready
see
to
you,
go.
John.
Good to see you.
John?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So, yes, I presented this last week at the committee meeting, and essentially, the gate on the south end of the building in the back, police gate, was damaged. We don't know how, but it was destroyed. It destroyed itself. And as I mentioned at the committee meeting, we have gone to a new gate design. It used to have what we call a roller skate on the bottom of the gate. We have changed that configuration to the wheel being now on the top of the gate, and we and the gate company and contractor all believe that it will wear better. Was not the first time we ever had problem with that gate. In fact, it was down for quite some time a few years ago, and then we got it reopened, and then it kind of destroyed itself. It appeared that it had been hit. However, in our exhaustive search of all the video, we could not find anything. The city only retains video for 7 to 10 days. That's all our storage will allow us to retain video unless it's marked for further. If you know an incident, you can mark it, and that'll hold much, much longer, probably forever. But with this, we will only have 7 to 10 days. Gate was reported as not working. We checked shortly after. I don't know what the time frame was when we started reviewing the video following the reports of the gate not working to see, once the gate contractor said, well, it looks like this might have been hit, but no proof of that. It just may have been hit. It may have destroyed itself. We're not really sure, but we don't have any video evidence of it being hit. The views that we have on the gates are actually very good, and if something had hit it during the time that we could have seen it, we didn't find anything. So my assumption is it either destroyed itself, or if it was hit, we didn't check the video until after it had erased itself through 7 to 10 days. So we troubleshot the gate for a few days. There was a lot going on. We had contractors out checking it. So I honestly don't have a better answer than I had for you. But to answer your question, in my opinion, no, we don't need to upgrade the cameras because we have good views. We just did not find any evidence of it being hit, and all we had is the contractor saying, it looks like it probably got hit, but we don't know if it did or didn't or destroyed itself. We really don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah, the 7 to 10 day, that was not known. I don't know if that, I didn't hear that the first.
Yeah, I
time, so
double
that makes
checked
a big difference.
with Thomas Fickner today to find out how long we were able to retain video in 7 to 10 days.
Just out of curiosity, because that's, is all of our camera systems, the whole state, I don't know, citywide, is that what they call it, or? The whole city, is all of our camera systems set up that way, so it's only 7 to 10 days for all locations?
I'm going to do you a favor and call on a much more intelligent friend.
He's going to phone a friend here.
Too.
Yeah.
Happen to walk in at the right time. Yeah, so it's storage dependent, so we only have a certain amount. And so we don't set it, we set it to record a maximum, and so it ebbs and flows. There are some cameras that are on different servers that record for a little bit longer, but we try to target 7 to 10 days based on our capacity. So we'd have to add more servers in order to add more storage capacity, which cost another $30,000 a piece, so it adds up.
As we add cameras to the continual system that we have out there right now, does that require additional, do they all have the 7 to 10 days, or do we have to increase storage as we increase the cameras also?
We do. So we have a couple of new servers that have more capacity on it, so we're migrating cameras over right now. And so it's one of those kind of, we add cameras to a point, then we need to add another server, and then we add more cameras, and then we add a server type of a way that we deploy.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, is there a motion to approve? Council President?
Move to approve item GH.
Second?
There's been a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Matter passed unanimously. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
And thanks again for the early notice. Item 9, public hearing. I'll now open the public hearing for the city traffic engineer. Rick Perez will present this item, which is item A, the public hearing on proposed resolution adopting the 2026 to 2031 Transportation Improvement Plan, otherwise known as the TIP. Rick Perez, our city traffic engineer, will present. Rick?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Let's see, next, please. Here to present the 2026 to 2031 Transportation Improvement Plan, which is intended to display what projects we intend to move forward with. And, oh, that's right. I need to do it this way. So, policy question is, should the council authorize staff to proceed with the adoption of the 2026 to 2031 City of Federal Way Transportation Improvement Program, that being tonight. Background information, this outlines our 6-year plan for transportation-related capital projects. It is updated annually. It is a requirement for eligibility for grant applications and intended to be financially constrained at least for the first 3 years, meaning that we have to have a reasonable chance of funding this. Must conform to air quality requirements as determined by Puget Sound Regional Council and is adopted after a public hearing. So this outlines the prioritization criteria. A couple of them are related to levels of congestion. We have 3 that are related directly to safety. Also, whether a project is supportive of high occupancy vehicles and non-motorized transportation, level of community support, ease of implementation, and benefit costs and social equity are all considerations in this prioritization. So this map illustrates where the projects are, green meaning non-motorized projects, blue is overlay, red is intersection projects, and the light purple is for, corridor improvement projects. So projects that we've completed since the last TIP is the 348th overlay between 9th Avenue South and Highway 99. The Military Road overlay between 320th and Highway 18. The mini roundabout at Southwest 344th Street and 27th Avenue Southwest. We completed a Southwest King County Trails Plan, and we are not proposing any new projects this year. Basically, for right now, it appears that our level of service needs are being met, and we're going to hold off on identifying safety projects until we've completed our next local road safety plan, which we've just started on that process. So with that, options to be considered is number 1, to approve the resolution adopting the TIP as presented, or 2, do not forward the draft document and provide direction to staff. The mayor's and committee's recommendation is to approve the resolution.
Okay. All right, thank you. Stand by. Councilmember McDaniel, do you have a question?
Yeah, this is done for the grant purposes, right? We put together a package of what we plan on doing.
That's one of them, yes.
One of them. Do you know what our annual grants, what we bring in for the grant for the overlays and stuff?
So it varies quite a bit. This is an off year, but we've brought in anywhere between 2 million and 20 million in a given biennium. So it just depends.
So 1 to 10 million.
On average, historically, a lot of it has been oriented towards the Highway 99 corridor. Right now, the big emphasis, money-wise, is on the City Center Access Project, where we were able to get a $30 million earmark from the legislature. And so we're working on that right now, and that chews up a fair amount of resources within the city, so.
Gotcha. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Council, any other questions? All right, do we have any public comment? All right. Let's see. Councilmember Dovey, do you have a motion?
Yeah, I move to close the public hearing.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been a motion and a second to close the public hearing. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Matter passes unanimously. All right, thanks again, Rick. Now, item 10, a resolution adopting the 2026-2031 Transportation Improvement Plan. We've already heard from Rick. Councilmember Dovey.
I move approval of the proposed resolution.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Matter passes unanimously. Thank you very much, Rick.
Thank you.
We're very fortunate to have an expertise such as you helping us. Okay, item B, purchase of, is it GTAC or GTAC? How do you pronounce that? GTAC laptops. We'll have a presentation from Thomas Fitchner, our IT director. This item was postponed from the June 3rd, 2025 meeting at the request of Councilmember Dovey. IT Director Thomas Fitchner is available for questions.
Could, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, yes.
Since I'm the one who pulled it, can I jump in first?
Please, yes.
Maybe we can save some time.
Okay.
The reason I pulled it is it's kind of the industry that I've been in for 40 years, and I had some questions about how the warranties worked and maybe some of the cost savings that we could find as a city. And I found that we would have to make a much bigger purchase to get enough significant cost savings to make it worth our time, but it's something we might want to look at next year in the next budgets. And I looked at the warranty, and we used our warranty for 8 devices in the last year. When I looked at the numbers, it's probably okay to go with a 5-year warranty instead of the standard 3. So unless any of the other council members want to see the presentation again, I wanted to report back that I'm okay with moving this forward.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, that being said, Councilmember Daniel, do you have a motion?
Yes, Mayor. I move approval of the proposed purchase of GTAC laptops from Wireless Technologies, Inc. for an amount not to exceed $220,486.18.
Second.
Second.
It's been a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Matter passed unanimously. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Okay, number 11, ordinances, first reading. Item A, Council Bill 913 ordinance, creating the position of warrant officer in the Federal Way Police Department. We'll have Deputy Chief of Police Kyle Sumter give us a brief presentation.
Good evening, Council. It is my privilege to recommend that we create the position of warrant officer, place it within the police department, and do so by city ordinance. And if you choose to do that, what we'll do is take our current 4 transport officers That's 3 transport officers and our jail coordinator, and convert them to warrant officers. So we're talking about 4 full-time positions that already exist. The reason for that is because our current transport officers have limited police commissions. And you can see a provision for that there in that RCW. The problem is that limited police commissions are only for limited authority Washington law enforcement agencies. For example, that would include State Gambling Commission, the State Lottery Commission. You see, they have very limited subject areas for their enforcement. But the City of Federal Way and the Federal Way Police Department is a general authority law enforcement agency, and you can see down at the bottom of that highlighted part that a general authority agency is distinguished from a limited authority Washington law enforcement agency. So there is an incongruity between a position we currently have and the evolved Washington state law. Fortunately, the Washington legislature has created a fix for people like us, and that is the opportunity to have warrant officers. You can see that item number 1 in this RCW allows any code city to establish the position, but it must be established by city code. Now, I'll break down this proposed city code, and we'll look at number 2 there, subsection number 2 in detail. If any code city establishes the position of warrant officer, the position shall be maintained within the police department. The number and qualifications of warrant officers shall be fixed by ordinance, and their compensation shall be paid by the city. The chief of police determines what the training requirements will be based on their job description, as contained in the ordinance, and that the requirements must be approved by the Washington State Criminal Justice Training Commission. So here is a proposed new ordinance for the City of Federal Way, which creates the position of warrant officer. You'll see that Section 1 creates the position and assigns it to the police department. Number 2 specifies the number of warrant officers. Section 3 specifies their qualifications. Section 4 articulates the specific authorities that these limited officers would have. Section 5 requires the police chief to establish the training requirements and approval by the Criminal Justice Training Commission, and Section 6 simply duplicates RCW language regarding some benefits. Now, the cost to the city is, as we convert these currently 4 employees over to a different job title with a different basis for their authority, their pay will not change. Pay will remain constant, and their jobs, what they're doing, remains fairly consistent. The only cost we anticipate is changing the shoulder patches. We have 4 employees times 2 shoulders each times 3 uniforms each. We're looking at a couple $100s, which we would absorb in the police department. What are the options for us then as a city? One is status quo. We keep limited commission peace officers in a general authority agency and continue with that clash. Or we create the position of warrant officer as proposed, and that is the recommendation that the mayor recommends. Or you could amend the ordinance and proceed with warrant officers differently as you choose. I'm happy to entertain any questions you have.
All right, Councilor Honda.
Thank you. On Section 2, specifying the number of warrant officers, because this is an ordinance, do we want to specify the number, or do we need to do that? Could the number change in the future, and then we'd have to come back and change this?
Well, yes, the RCW requires the ordinance to specify the number. That's why we put up to 10 based on the budget that you approve. And so you would control the number based on the purse. And we set the number at 10 so we would not have to come back to you every time the number fluctuated to some degree. Currently, it's 4. There are currently no plans to change that. If you change it by a budget adjustment, then we could do that without changing the ordinance up to 10.
Okay, thank you.
Councilor, any other questions?
I have one.
Oh, yeah, Councilor Marcano.
So what other potential positions can fall underneath a warrant officer now that if we create this, what other positions fall underneath of that?
Well, right now, the only 2 that we are looking at, and frankly, the only 2 that we see, are transport officer and jail coordinator. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any others. I can't think of any others right now as I stand here.
So pretty much it's just a position in the police department that has law enforcement capability but is not, like I said, a sworn law officer, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Did we have any public comment for this? Okay. All right, and would the city clerk please read the ordinance title?
Council Bill 913, ordinance creating the position of warrant officers in the Federal Way Police Department. An ordinance of the City of Federal Way, Washington, relating to warrant officers, adding a new section to Chapter 2.25 Federal Way Revised Code.
All right, Councilmember Walsh, do you have a motion?
I move to forward the proposed ordinance to the July 1, 2025 council meeting for second reading and enactment.
Second.
It's been a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The matter passes unanimously. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
All right, now we are on to item B. First reading, Council Bill 914, ordinance, commute trip reduction, CTR ordinance, and Federal Way CTR plan. Jonathan Howard, our transportation planner, will give a presentation. Jonathan?
Good evening. I'm John Howard. I'm also known as John 5 sometimes in Public Works in the traffic division because there's so many other Johns. So if you're ever looking for me, I'm also the employee transportation coordinator. So if employees of the city need help with commute options, please send them my way. Thank you.
John 5.
John
That's-
5.
Do you have a nameplate for that?
I do not.
Not
yet.
Not to give any ideas, but that'd be a nice, anyway, go ahead.
All right, our policy question for the evening is whether council should approve an ordinance to amend Chapter 8.10 of the Federal Way MC and adopt the commute trip reduction plan. I hope you're all familiar with our commute trip reduction policy and program to reduce emissions and relieve congestion on our roadways. So a little background information on the plan itself. In 91, the CTR Act required all cities to develop and deliver a CTR plan. It must be updated every 4 years. It outlines benefits, strategies, and targets. It was last updated in 2013, and it is a requirement for grant eligibility. The item is not anticipated to have a financial impact, and the city receives grant funds from WashDOT to implement the CTR plan. Updates to the city code for the ordinance amendment itself. So we had the plan, we discussed that. The ordinance amendment itself was just an attempt to update it to reflect new state law changes as well as some of the administrative guidelines that WashDOT lays out on how to administer the program. Trying to streamline the code, removing some jargon, adding some new definitions, things like that. So I'm happy to take questions on that. And then the options we have are to approve the proposed ordinance and adopt the plan, or we can modify the ordinance and plan or reject the CTR ordinance amendment and plan and provide us with direction. Mayor's recommendation is to adopt the ordinance amendment and CTR plan. And just so you know, the LUTC forwarded this item at the June 2nd meeting.
All right, council, any questions? Good job, John. Okay, John, exactly. Well, the others aren't here now, so we can just call him John. All right, let's see here. Do we have any public comment? Okay. And would the city clerk please read the ordinance title?
Council Bill 914, ordinance commute trip reduction, CTR ordinance, and Federal Way CTR plan. An ordinance of the City of Federal Way, Washington, relating to the commute trip reduction, CTR plan, amending Federal Way Revised Code 810-010, 810-030, 810-060, 810-090, and 810-100.
All right. Councilmember Dovey, do you have a motion?
Sure I do. I move to forward the proposed ordinance to the July 1, 2025 council meeting for second reading and enactment.
Second.
Been a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Matter passes unanimously. Great job again, John. Thank you. All right. Okay, item D, second reading and enactment, Council Bill 912, ordinance, proposed 2025 to 2026 biennial budget amendment. City Clerk, will please read the ordinance title.
Council Bill 912, ordinance proposed 2025-2026 biennial budget amendment, an ordinance of the City of Federal Way, Washington, relating to amending the 2025-2026 biennial budget.
All right. Councilor McDaniel, do you have a motion?
Yes. I move approval of the proposed ordinance.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Matter passes unanimously. Thank you. And thank you, Steve, for you and your team, all that excellent work. Thank you. Okay, council reports. It's the second meeting of the month. We'll start at the other end. Councilor Rovy.
You know, I don't have anything to report.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Councilmember Walsh.
I made my comments earlier, nothing to report.
All right, Councilor Tran.
Nothing from here, Mayor. Thank you.
Wow. Councilmember Honda.
Thank you. So school's out, and I'd like to encourage people to please drive carefully. Kids are out, or will be out playing in their streets, and please be careful, and congratulations to all of our graduates. It is an amazing thing to graduate from high school, but it's just the beginning of your life, and you have a long life ahead of you. The Hanwery Garden grand opening was amazing. When I was first on council, the very first month, I think, I met with Mayor Priest and Mike Park, and we talked about the garden and the dreams of making the garden come true, and it finally happened, so I'm very excited that after all those years it's happened, and it's indeed very, very beautiful, and will be a place that people come to see in Federal Way. And once again, the Salmon Bake is July 25th from 4 to 8 p.m. at Still Lake Park. We do encourage you to buy your tickets ahead of time. And, you know, it's possible we'll run out of salmon. So if you wait to buy your tickets at the door, the gate, we might not have any salmon. So please buy your tickets ahead of time. Thank you.
Councilmember Daniel.
Thank you. Kind of going on that with the Hanwery Garden, I don't get to go to a lot of the events because I work during the daytime, but I was able to go to that one. I did enjoy it. I would really love to see some council pictures in the Citywide News sometimes when we're able to make those events, because I know a lot of us can't, and I know how much I actually enjoy looking through this. So I'd like to see that in the future, potentially more council pictures in there. And then the other one is I got to drive up to Seattle last week, and I will let you know, I am so thankful that you guys do not allow the graffiti in the city like Seattle. It is pure disgusting what is in that city. Driving, it's Tukwila Ford. I mean, Tukwila North is just graffiti on almost every sign, on almost everything there. So I don't give a lot of praise, but I am so thankful for you guys for making sure that we keep the graffiti off of our city. And the last one is flags. A hot topic this month, and I've had quite a few people bring it up and talk about it. We had a couple people today. I don't know what our city policy is or ordinance on that, but I'd be curious to look at what that is just to see, so we can make sure we have that, the fair treatment that people are talking about, to make sure we have equal on the flag stuff. So whatever information we have on that one, I'd appreciate being able to see that.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Salva-Dawson.
Thank you, Mayor. From June 28th to July 5th, there's going to be an Ethiopian Sports Federation and North America Soccer Tournament. There's going to be about 34 teams coming to Federal Way Memorial Stadium to compete during those 5 days. And this is their 42nd tournament. So it's been going on since 83 or 84. Anyway, so you're going to see a lot of people walking around, and that's what is going on. But I would love to invite everyone, if possible, to be there either on Sunday the 29th or July 5th, when there's going to be cultural shows, cultural dances, and activities like that. So I can give you more information if you're interested. And that's going to be happening a whole week. So, yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. Council President Kochmar.
I believe that we can have weddings, small weddings at the Hanwery Garden, and you can, if you're interested, you can reserve that through our Parks Department. And so, correct, John?
Not yet. We're
Not yet.
We're going to hold off on wedding rental, any rentals of the whole garden until 2026.
Okay.
We want to have the garden mature,
Okay.
get the policies in place. But yes, after that, absolutely. And it would go
Wonderful.
through the community center.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you.
That's my report, Mayor.
All right, everybody have a very nice rest of June, and all the kids out there, now that they're out of school, have a safe and happy summer, and have a very safe and happy 4th of July. Thank you. We're adjourned.